Well, Ghana took delivery of 600,000 AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccines yesterday in what many have described as historic feat, as it became the first country to receive vaccines under the COVAX agreement. Those were 600,000 doses of the vaccine, significantly small compared with the country's 20 million doses target. It is now emerging that government is not limiting its scope to the COVAX facility. Director of Public Health at the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Franklin Asiedu-Bekoe, who joined a WHO Africa Region News Conference Thursday, has been giving details of how Ghana plans to mobilize the 20 million doses with the private sector called in to help to bring in up to 5 million doses.
I think that if you look at our plan, we are looking at, as I said earlier, we are looking at bilateral, multilateral sources of vaccines. And if you look at also our plan, we are not restricted to the type of vaccine. So we are open to whether it's Pfizer, whether it's Moderna, whether it's Johnson & Johnson, whether it's AstraZeneca. Though our top priority is a vaccine that fits our current cold chain infrastructure. So we currently, as I speak, we have actually registered the Sputnik vaccine. We are also applied to the Pfizer product, and we based on the African Union, there's an African Medical Supply Platform which is also assuring the country some number of doses of vaccines. So on that platform alone, I think that we are being earmarked about 6 million doses, and the private sector in Ghana is also trying to secure some number of doses. They're having an arrangement with the government to get us about 5 million doses, in which about half of it will actually be under the domain of the government, and then the other half will be under the direction of the private sector. So we are aside the COVAX facility, we are opening our doors and avenues. Let me say that we have a lot of interactions with World Bank. We just had a meeting with World Bank about how they can support us to be able to procure other vaccines aside the COVAX. We also had a meeting last week with IMF. And let me say that the president is very much in support to make sure that 20 million Ghanaians are vaccinated. We are making sure that we're able to address the issue of vaccine hesitancy. And I want to stress that we had a very detailed national development plan for the COVID vaccine, and that incorporates all aspects that we need to make sure that we get the vaccines. So I think that our doors are very much open. We are very, very much relying on the COVAX facility. We're also hoping to get other vaccines outside that. Thank you very much.
Since I imagine about one of the vaccines government is procuring, the Russian-made Sputnik V, the WHO Director for Africa, Dr. Matshidiso Moeti, had to answer questions from journalists about the status of the Russian and Chinese vaccines during the news conference after Dr. Bekoe indicated government was going for one of them, the Sputnik V.
The WHO pre-qualification department in our headquarters is actually in communication with the producers of these two vaccines, looking at their data, analyzing their data with the aim of issuing, once they are satisfied with the data, an emergency use listing for both of these vaccines. So that is currently ongoing.
Joining us via Zoom is Dr. Jonah Mwesi, who is a public health expert with the KCCR and lecturer at KNUST. I'm grateful for your time. Dr. Mwesi, can Ghana go ahead and procure this vaccine when WHO has not yet given approval?
No, thanks, Asha. It's a really important question that you ask. On account of the current situation we're in. I just need to explain a bit about this Russian Sputnik V vaccine, and you may know that in early February, that was about 2nd February, the results of trials conducted on this, the world's leading medical journals, hitherto there had been talk about the efficacy of this vaccine, but we did not know the figures. The way this vaccine works is the same way in which the AstraZeneca vaccine works, using what we call an mRNA or messenger RNA technology. And what the Russians did, which was rather non-conventional, was that they went straight away in this vaccine into their population and looking for results. Typically, you will conduct, smaller trials or experiments and then scale up through to your phase 3. They did not do that. It is not standard practice. But as you know, in emergencies, you can do things a little differently. Now, I'll explain why Russia chose to do that. And I was a bit uncomfortable with it personally, but it was a gamble that they could have gone ahead and they did this, went ahead, gave this vaccine. If it didn't work, the only loss would be time and effort. But with regard to the possible risks and safety issues, the nature of the technology is such that it really does not pose any risk whatsoever, because it's just a messenger RNA. When it enters into your body, and then your body produces these antibodies to it, and then the process ends there.
Okay.
So the argument is, if the Russian vaccine did not work, it would just not work, and that was it. Now we have the evidence clearly that it works. What people are concerned about, the authorization of stringent authorities like the EMA, European Medicines Authority, the FDA, the US FDA, and the WHO pre-qualification process, they have not yet completed. And you heard Dr. Matshidiso Moeti speaking about this.
Yeah.
So when you understand all these processes, then you come to you need to make a decision. What you need to realize is whether AstraZeneca, Pfizer, or whatever has been approved by the US FDA or the EMA or the WHO does not change the need to go through the Ghana FDA process. The decision-making point here in Ghana is the Ghana FDA. So the fact that the Sputnik V has not been approved by the US FDA and the European EMA does not preclude Ghana's FDA from considering it. They don't behold to any of these. Of course, we know that these are very stringent authorities. Okay. Available data on the safety and the efficacy of the vaccine and understanding the technology around it. I am totally comfortable. I think it's the right time to buy the vaccines and to deploy them within kind of a trial setting, collect as much data as possible. Time is of the essence. The Russians actually approached us as far back as late November into December, and we held back because we did not have the data. And I thought that was the right decision.
So once FDA has approved, that should settle the matter. I'm grateful for your time. Dr. John Amoesi is a public health expert with KCCR and lecturer at KNUST.